Mark, a senior software engineer in Seattle, stood in his driveway, rain misting his face. The air was cool and heavy, the kind of drizzle that soaks you slowly, almost without notice. He took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the evening settle on his shoulders. His new Tesla Model Y gleamed under the porch light, a symbol of success, achievement, and the rewards of years of hard work in tech. It was the kind of car that turned heads, a badge of having made it. To neighbors, he looked like he had it all. A beautiful home, kids in private school, a six-figure salary, and all the trappings of a comfortable life. People waved as they passed, sometimes with a hint of envy, but his heart pounded with dread, a silent panic that never seemed to leave. His phone buzzed, a low balance alert. Again. The notification was all too familiar, a reminder that his outward success was built on a fragile foundation. The mortgage was due, tuition just cleared, and a property tax bill loomed. Each envelope on the kitchen table felt heavier than the last, a stack of obligations that never seemed to shrink. His recent bonus had vanished into renovations, a vacation, and the car. The money was gone before he could even enjoy it, spent on things that were supposed to make life better. Despite his income, he felt poorer than ever. The numbers on his paychecks looked impressive, but they slipped through his fingers like water. The problem wasn't his paycheck. It was the story he felt forced to live. Every purchase, every upgrade, was part of a script he never wrote. The Tesla wasn't just a car. It was a statement. It was proof to the world, and maybe to himself, that he belonged. The house, a status symbol. Its size and style were meant to impress, but its walls echoed with anxiety. The school, a ticket to an elite network. He wanted the best for his kids, but the cost was a constant source of stress. He was playing a role, and the costume was expensive. Every detail, from his watch to his wardrobe, was chosen to fit the part. Mark realized he was trapped, not by a lack of money, but by expectations. The pressure to keep up was relentless, and it left him feeling isolated. He had the salary of a wealthy man, but the fragility of someone one bad month from disaster. The margin for error was razor thin. No one talked about this, not at barbecues, not at work, not online. Everyone kept up appearances, hiding their worries behind polite smiles. Everyone showed off their symbols of wealth. Social media feeds were filled with vacations, new gadgets, and perfect family moments. But Mark suspected many were just as anxious as he was. Beneath the surface, he sensed the same tension in others' eyes. They were all actors in the same play, hoping no one noticed their hands were shaking. The performance was exhausting, and the fear of being found out was ever present. The secret wasn't about money, it was about the pressure to appear successful. The real cost was invisible, paid in sleepless nights and quiet desperation. And it was quietly crushing him, leaving Mark to wonder if anyone else would ever admit the truth behind the perfect facade. Mark's story isn't unique. It's a quiet epidemic, one that's rarely discussed openly. Behind closed doors, countless high earners are silently struggling, feeling isolated in their financial stress. Nearly half of Americans earning over $100,000 live paycheck to paycheck. That's millions of people who, on paper, should be thriving, but instead are just barely getting by. These are doctors, lawyers, tech execs, people who seem to have won the financial game. Their careers are impressive, their salaries enviable, and yet their bank accounts tell a different story. But high income doesn't equal wealth. The outward signs of success can mask deep financial insecurity. Income is what you earn. Wealth is what you keep. It's the money that stays with you after the bills, the taxes, and the spending. You can have a massive income and zero wealth. In fact, it's shockingly common for high earners to have little or no savings at all. In fact, high income often creates pressure to spend, making saving impossible. The more you make, the more you feel expected to spend on homes, cars, vacations, and status symbols. The real problem is psychological. It's about mindset, not math. Traditional advice, track expenses, cut lattes, misses the point. The real leaks aren't in your coffee budget, but in your beliefs and behaviors. It ignores ego, fear, and social pressure. The need to keep up, to fit in, to prove you've made it. These are powerful forces. The skills that help you earn money aren't the same as those that help you keep it. Climbing the career ladder doesn't teach you how to build lasting wealth. Earning is about ambition and risk. Building wealth is about discipline and restraint. It's about making choices that your future self will thank you for. The most important financial decisions aren't made on a spreadsheet, but in your head. Your habits, your mindset, and your values shape your financial destiny. So why do high earners struggle? Because their habits, not their paychecks, determine their wealth. Without the right habits, even the biggest paycheck can slip through your fingers. The illusion of wealth is easy to buy. Real wealth is built quietly. It's not about what you show, but what you keep and grow. And most never learn the difference. Until you do, the cycle continues, no matter how much you earn. For high achievers, career is identity. The job title on your business card isn't just a label, it's a reflection of your value in the world. Every promotion, every raise feels like validation that you matter. A doctor isn't just a job, it's who you are. The white coat becomes a second skin, and the respect it commands feels essential to your sense of self. This fusion drives ambition, but sets a trap. The harder you work, the more you tie your self-worth to your career's outward success. Spending becomes a way to signal identity. The brands you wear and the places you shop become part of your personal story. You buy things to prove you've arrived. Each purchase is a silent announcement of your achievements, a way to show the world you belong. A new partner at a law firm feels pressure to upgrade everything: apartment, car, wardrobe. The expectations are unspoken, but ever-present. These aren't just purchases, they're artifacts of status. They're proof to yourself and others that you've made it. The image is expensive to maintain. Every upgrade comes with a price tag that grows heavier over time. High fixed costs, mortgage, car payments, club dues, devour income. The lifestyle you've built starts to own you. You become a custodian of a lifestyle, not an owner of assets. The trappings of success demand constant upkeep. Net worth is tied up in things that look rich but don't build wealth. The illusion of prosperity can mask financial fragility. The more you spend to project identity, the harder it is to cut back. Downsizing feels like failure, not freedom. Even as financial stress mounts, the spending continues. The fear of losing status outweighs the reality of mounting debt. It's a desperate attempt to protect ego at the cost of your future. The cycle is hard to break, and the emotional toll is real. The identity trap is real, and it's expensive. It can cost you peace of mind, relationships, and long-term security. Breaking free means redefining what success looks like. True wealth is measured not by what you own, but by the freedom and fulfillment you create for yourself and those you love. Many high earners operate from a deep-seated fear of scarcity. It's not about lacking money for basics. It's the fear that success could vanish overnight. Those from humble beginnings often feel the other shoe could drop at any moment. This fear doesn't lead to saving, it triggers impulsive spending. Get it while you can becomes the mindset. A big bonus is spent quickly, as if security is always temporary. Ironically, this creates the very fragility they fear. Scarcity mindset focuses on stuff, not assets. Tangible things soothe anxiety but lose value. Investments feel abstract, but they're the real source of security. The tragedy, trying to buy safety, they end up more vulnerable. Fear, not logic, drives their financial choices. Humans are wired to compare. Social proof shapes our spending, especially among high earners. Surrounded by affluent peers, the pressure to conform is immense. Social media amplifies this. Now the Joneses are everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everyone's life looks perfect. This fuels lifestyle inflation. As income rises, so does spending. A raise feels like a license to upgrade. Each new luxury becomes the new normal. In high-pressure fields, there's an unspoken uniform of success. Deviating feels risky, so people spend to fit in. They trade future wealth for present status, often without realizing it. The comparison game is endless and expensive. The myth: more money solves everything. In reality, higher income just raises the stakes. If your habits are broken, more money magnifies the problem. Taxes take a bigger bite as you earn more. Raises don't go as far as you think. People spend based on gross salary but live on net income. The ratchet effect sets in. Once standards rise, it's hard to go back. Lifestyle upgrades become permanent, even if income dips. High earners often have huge fixed costs and little flexibility. More income builds a taller, more fragile house of cards. They confuse spending power with real wealth. The result? Financial fragility at any income. Meet the Millers of Austin. David, a lawyer, and Sarah, a marketing director. Together, they earn $500,000 a year. They live in a beautiful home, drive luxury SUVs, and send their kids to private school. But after taxes, mortgage, property taxes, tuition, and car payments, most of their income is gone before groceries. Social pressures add more: expensive dinners, trips, extracurriculars, and services. By month's end, there's nothing left to save. Their emergency fund is empty. Retirement savings are minimal. The anxiety is constant. One surprise expense means debt. David feels trapped in his job. Sarah can't afford time off. They have no freedom, just a treadmill of obligations. Their high income is a golden cage. To outsiders, they look successful. Inside, they're running just to stay in place. The solution isn't another budgeting app. It's about changing your mindset. First, detach your identity from your spending. You are not your car, house, or Instagram feed. Find validation in your skills and relationships, not possessions. Automate your savings. Pay yourself first, before lifestyle inflation creeps in. Audit your social influences. Are you keeping up or being lifted up? Curate your circle and social media to reduce pressure. Spend time with people who value experiences and independence. Use behavioral rules, like the 72-hour rule for big purchases, to curb impulse spending. If it feels overwhelming, seek a fee-only financial advisor. Build a plan based on your values, not just your income. True wealth starts with new habits, not just new numbers. The goal isn't just to stop being secretly broke. It's to redefine wealth. True wealth is control over your time and options, not just a high income. It's the freedom to change, to rest, to weather storms. This starts with honest self-reflection. Why do you spend? Who are you trying to impress? Align spending with your values, not society's expectations. Choose financial independence over status. Use your income to build a life, not just a lifestyle. The power is in your hands. Start today. Real wealth is quiet, secure, and yours to create.